Coming in at number 10, it was originally developed by Creepypasta, the alleged Steve Skin. The first Herobrine encounter was found in 2010 by a video game streamer goes by the name of Copeland in a hoax on what he calls Brocraft. Now, these are part of his live streams, and like I said, it was a hoax, which in my eyes, it still counts as one of the first ever encounters. Which later on he does find out that Herobrine was real and is Notch's dead brother, or so we presume. Not only did Notch confirm these rumors in a tweet on Twitter, but he left us with, he is no longer with us. But it didn't stop there. Players started seeing the so-called Herobrine until the alleged 1.3 alpha patch notes said he was removed. Even that still did not stop players from trying to find him though. Going on to number 9, gamers and streamers tried to reaching out by sending messages, which led into the second encounter known by an unknown gamer. And like I said, do not play with the Ouija board. The same physics apply here. Then you just caught in your mind and he just appears to be at the top of your steps, just staring straight down at you. I mean, mean mugging. Like I mentioned, Herobrine, if you hear me, rest in peace and leave my world in peace, not pieces. Thus he became the urban legend, popping up randomly in single player games like a Wendigo. Ugh, I am not a fan, I tell you. You notice him in the distance and he's just staring at you with his piercing, glowing eyes, and it's a blank stare. Going on to number 8, the third encounter by the Truman 196. He finds his way up to a signboard that says leave and don't come back. But yet, he follows to a burning tower. Yeah, a burning tower. Not me, man, it's on fire. It's a burning tower, my homie. Like, Homie Brian knows what he's doing. Yeah, I just said it, Homie Brian. Then sometimes, you know, it's just too late and your nice build just gets destroyed by random and or teleported. So, going on to number 7, the TBR sighting in 2013, where his room just gets destroyed out of the blue. Nether portals all over the map, and the sense of lost bearings. Oh, Herobrine is kind of like a creeper, it just doesn't explode. Knows to take your goodies like an Enderman, or it just burns down your whole farm and village. Like, come on, man. I need my stuff. I like my greens. Going on to number 6, Master Diamond King encounter. Now, he encounters a bunch of signs across the map in binary code, saying things like quit, move on, stop searching. Does he stop there? No, he journeys deeper into the crafting lands to find yet another weird sight. In the distance, trees being knocked over. Timber! Wait, trees falling in the distance? Nah, fam. See, now this is where I stop. But wait, there's more. As he journeys deeper into the cave and there's a doorway, in a split second, you see Herobrine, aka Homie Brian. His game crashes. He goes to reload his save and what does he wake up to? A burning house. And all of his loot is lost. That takes me down to number 5, halfway through the segment. Gaming with Calvin. Now, gaming with Calvin's encounter was pretty serious because it takes real guts and glory to go looking for Herobrine. And I could say Calvin somewhat has some guts. As he comes up to find the burning house, I don't know what's going on with all these burning houses. He decides to tunnel deep into the underground, not knowing that he's going to become trapped down low. But as he's trapped down low, he starts to have a conversation pop up on his screen with the Herobrine himself, telling him to leave the game and join again. This man said he did not want no smoke. He did not want none of it. He said he's not gonna argue. I'm out with this and I'm gone. Loaded back up his game and he was fine. Going back to number 4. Now, I just don't want to be like the gamer Along Came Josh, where he encounters Herobrine twice in one session, let alone goes on to kill him in the end. Bruh. You either have pure luck or just bad luck with that one. I can't even fathom the sight of 1, but 2? Like, bruh. Nah, Kimosabe. Who are you? The Brine Slayer of all times? GG, my guy. Going on to number 3, SPACEWAFFLES encounter. So this internet myth, Herobrine, please bring the heat. If you're hearing this, I mean you no harm. Just don't burn down my farm, you feel me? Maybe you and I can kick it. hang out, raid and pillage a nearby village. Just keep the creeper vibes at your place, okay, homie Brian? And me and you will be good. But if you cross my path, we're gonna have to end up trapping you like SPACEWAFFLES trapped you in the wall. To me, it takes real guts and glory, because it's just 2 to 3 mining blocks and boom, Herobrine just gets slaughtered. So, is he a hero? Nah, not really. You killed Herobrine, but doesn't make you a hero. Moving on to number 2, Bonnie 38 encounter. Now this may be one of the craziest, just due to the fact that this encounter did not happen once, but over the span of 3 days. And boy, you can see it in the videos. It was just a horde of random occurrences all over the map. From day 1 being stuck in place, day 2, don't even get me started. When it comes to the final day, oh my gosh, definitely a must watch. And if you are down to see a good sighting, especially when the map is shown, oh, you can definitely see what's happening to them in real time. Which leads me down to my final encounter, number 1. And this was the last sighting we saw in 2020 by the same YouTuber WildDogXD, which had me just shook, to be honest, because any encounter where HB just stares at you, wreaks havoc, makes a nighttime a total living hell, or random things occur at any given time. Prime example, mob hordes. So Minecraft lords, please help us. We do not want to go down the path of seeing Herobrine. I mean, I'm okay with homie Brian, but not Herobrine. Coming in at number 10, the power to be in a book. You see, like the King Cheese is always on me about how homie Brian ain't real. Looky here, bud. He has the power to be in a book. I know another person that has the power to be in the book too. So this man knows he can definitely not be killed easy, let alone is a huge fan favorite, and he's my homie. At this point, I would be hella sad to lose my homie, watch him get soft and not smacking people around harder than Will Smith, unless Alex's Brian's name is said. Whoops, I just said Alex's Brian name. I guess I gotta keep her name out of my mouth. Coming in at number 9, teleportation. Herobrine can also teleport across huge, presumable limitless distances, though it is unknown if he can teleport through dimensions, for example, teleporting into the nether or the end from another dimension. That's what I'm talking about. So at least you could be safe in those dimensions, but are you really safe though, man? Like, he can still teleport to you no matter what. Minecraft entities, such as being able to teleport anywhere in an instant, crafting nearly anything instantly, and the capacity of just destroying vast areas in just a split second. Coming in at number 8, telekinesis. Telepathic abilities allowing him to communicate between minds and also read them. He can use the telepathic ability to also control, to make the friendly mob turn against the player he's supposedly responsible for breaking the player's creations and stealing from their chest. He's reportedly has telekinesis, reality warping powers, and is virtually invincible. Feel the power of your mind. Coming in at number 7, build skills. This man can build hands down. I mean, have you seen his mansion? But I know it was made by Hypixel, right? Or even the house of Herobrine. Like, the history of the house is a little bit confusing, but yet it's understandable. Armin's parents were looking for a house one day, and yet they stumbled upon the house of Herobrine before it was destroyed and haunted. All was great until Armin's parents got killed by Colin, and later Colin turning into Herobrine. So we think, right? This is another story about Herobrine. After those events, Armin's memories were wiped and ended up living with Drake, and Drake and Armin's memories was a lie about how they both got into the house and ended up living together. The past events of The Haunting 1 and 2, the friends left the house abandoned and did not come back. Besides Drake, in some of the haunted episodes, the house of Herobrine was later seen in episodes 5 and 6 alongside a dream in episode 10, Origins. It is 12 blocks high, 14 inches in width from the front to the back side and in the buildings. As for its sides, it's 11 high and 15 in width, although the design in The Haunting 3, The Legend of Herobrine, was slightly wider. The house of Herobrine has 5 major rooms, the living, the kitchen area, and which seems to be half destroyed with holes in the floors and the roof, Armin's roof, Drake's roof, and the attic, and also the basement, with both Armin and Drake are afraid to go in. Coming in at number 6, we got ELECTROKINESIS, Herobrine's most popular attack, the lightning strike, where he uses his hands and blasts his enemies. Most of them are just being put on fire. I mean, it still ended up killing them, but hey, lightning out of the hands is still pretty cool, right? ELECTROKINESIS is very powerful, a recurring ability that allows its users to easily control lightning for electricity. First appearance in Annoying Villagers 33, this ability was demonstrated by a blue demon who is able to easily generate and shoot lightning through his fist or trident behind the hands of our almighty hero, making him look like the Sith Lord. All he's missing is just the black hooded cape or the trauma of his arm being chopped off, you know what I'm saying? Midway through 5, we're coming in with speed. Yeah, speed, okay? He's very fast, he can fly, he can run at very high speeds without exhaustion. He has said to run and swim faster than even the player, though it's also said he doesn't really move conventionally at all, relying solely on his ability to teleport. He takes up 2 forms, the canonical and the vengeful. In his canonical form, he stalks the player and disappears if approached. In his vengeful form, he has been reported to ensnare the player in traps, wait for them to enter his dungeon and seal them inside, or teleport them and kill them. How many times we have put Herobrine in my videos, in our videos. You always see him after being chased by somebody. Listen, Herobrine, he knows what he's doing, guys. Leave him alone. Alright? Coming in number 4, mind control. Perhaps one of the most chilling aspects of Herobrine is his persistence and existence in the game. Despite his best efforts from the game's creators, everyone from Notch to Jeb have been adamant that Herobrine does not exist and will never exist. But I know he's using the Jedi power trip mixed with his, Professor X type moves. The Endermen don't even know what to do when this hero's around. I mean, I wouldn't know what to do when this hero's around. He is freaky. Plus, at the same time, he likes to keep the Endermen on leads. At the end of the day, the Enderman will do his bidding. Coming in at number 3, fear inducement. Herobrine can cast illusions such as disguising himself, and even in his fights with Notch, he disguised himself as Steve to have white eyes. So Notch would think that Herobrine was Steve, right? But it's possible Mojang is worried about the existence of Herobrine in the kids-friendly game. Perhaps it's due to the popular creepypastas like Slenderman or Momo that parents became concerned with. Stirred up some controversies. In any case, Legend of Herobrine has remained and thrived, and fans keep the haunting figure alive. I do, like I said, I believe in him. Coming in at number 2, weapon mastery. Herobrine wields a diamond sword, which he is very skilled with. He was able to defeat and kill the Withered Lord with it. Herobrine is also very cunning and wise. He is very skilled making dangerous traps for anyone unfortunate enough to be his enemy. I thank God I am not. But that's not all. He has demonic voltage reaver, which is honestly one of the craziest Herobrine weapons, right? And that was made its debut in Annoying Villagers 44. There's also the Ender Slayer Scythe, Obsidian Sledgehammer, and that's just naming some of his OP weapons. The man is just a beast. Finally, at number 1, mob summoning. Herobrine is dirt nasty. Dirt nasty. Hands down. And he is one of the most OP players in the game. I don't care if he's real or fake, because in my eyes, he is real, okay? The fact that the dude can summon any mob hostile and turn them berserk, yeah, that's a strong power. Even I would want that power. But honestly, bringing back people from the dead, I've watched enough movies about bringing people back from the dead, and it never goes well. They're either brain dead or they want your blood. So yeah, keep the mob spawning to creative mode and my homie hero, okay?
And at 10, Notch reactions. Notch is the creator of Minecraft, and well, problematic to say the least. There have been plenty of reactions from him to the community about Herobrine, since after all, in the legend, Herobrine is said to be Notch's dead brother. Here is one of the most interesting to me. Quote, "The Herobrine stuff is awesome and kinda scary at the same time. It really shows how little control a content producer has over the content. I've publicly told people that there's never been such thing as Herobrine, and that I don't have any dead brothers, and that letting too many animals die in lava is a foolproof way to summon him, but that you don't need to be afraid of him. He only means well. He's looking out for you, trying to warn you of the dangers you can't see. There certainly are no physical manifestations of Herobrine that will sneak out of your computer if you leave Minecraft running at night, looming over you as you sleep with his pale eyes inches away from your face as he tries to shout you to wake up. Sometimes you wake in a jolt and he's gone, and all that lingers is the memory and faint echo of his wordless screaming. Great! Thanks, Notch.
Coming in at number 9, glowing white eyes. Told you, Homie Brown was on a vacation, now he's back in action. His glowing white eyes give him a 360-degree vision, so yep, he can see in front, from behind, from side to side. You ain't safe when Homie Brown is around. He can see you, he is the almighty. He can legit see you, there is no creeping up on my homie, okay? So sorry creepers, there's no creeping up and exploding behind him. Good luck. Imagine if you had this power in real life, nobody can creep up behind you, you can avoid stuff like Goku going Ultra Instinct. Say what? Yeah, make my eyes glow even for like 3 hours, especially when I go paintballing. Like that would be kind of dope. Having a 360 vision, eyes in the back of my head, technically talk about a serious life hack, right? Homie Brian takes the cake. Man, he is top tier entity and he's a bad mother sucker. You thought I was gonna swear there, didn't you?
And it ain't popularity. Herobrine is one of the most popular creepypastas of all time, let alone Minecraft creepypastas, which he is the most popular. And with that level of popularity and notoriety comes a certain level of belief, even if unfounded. The amount of people who believe that Herobrine is real is extreme. Even those who don't believe can be convinced otherwise in the right set of circumstances. This idea of belief can actually be so powerful that it manifests the character. These occurrences are known as tulpas. A tulpa is a concept in theosophy, mythicism, and the paranormal of an object or being that is created through spiritual or mental powers. And this could be why there are so many sightings and instances of Herobrine, because we all believe it so hard that it actually became real. Especially Jay.
I believe it's my homie, and it's my homie. We're gonna believe it, because I'm making him real, you know what I'm saying? Coming in at number 7, Herobrine can also fly. Yeah, up in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Pfft, no, it's Herobrine, and this don't need no cape. He ain't no caped Avenger. I mean, he's more like the anti-hero than an Avenger, but still, Herobrine can fly faster than the speed of light. It's like Superman on roids. Yeah, I just said that. Superman on roids. As if that's even possible. The dude's already strong, but Superman, this ain't your video. It's Herobrine's, and he will bust your ass. Superman, no cap, no cape needed. Herobrine is a G hands down, whether it be flying in the air or down on the ground. One thing I can say though that you got over him, Superman, is the heat vision and the super breath. But make sure you got some gum for that breath, my G. Nobody wants that raunchy ranch doo-doo breath breeze, okay? Hey yo, homie Brian, come fly and get this guy out of here. At least when you take off from the ground shakes around you, damaging the floors and blocks around you. That's the type of flight I want to see when you take off, not like the graceful Superman up into the sky.
And it's 6, mob control. Herobrine also has the power to control mobs. Those that do, however, will share his most iconic feature of having blank white eyes, with no pupil or iris in sight. The mobs that are under Herobrine's control are hostile, attacking the player on sight. And chickens under his control that lay eggs will also instantly break those eggs that could potentially spawn more Herobrine-controlled chickens. It's unknown if this is similar to a virus or instead it's just him actually controlling the animals. There is actually very little known about this power. We don't know if he needs direct line of sight or if he can do it from anywhere. We don't know if it's just turning them hostile or if it is really him attacking through that mob like a vessel. We don't even know if he has to have manifested in your world for this to actually occur. But the evidence does seem to suggest that yes, he does need to be present at least once to actually have that link. Either way, terrifying.
Midway through at number 5, Herobrine can also teleport. Ooh yes, teleportation. The instant transmission, as I like to call it, without the 2 fingers, because you know the 2 fingers go on the forehead. But really, he teleports across the huge and presumably limitless distances. It is unknown if he can teleport through dimensions, for example, teleporting into the nether or the end from another dimension. To think that you gotta escape to those reaches of Hero in the nether, well good luck. Not like the nether doesn't have any other hostile mobs you gotta deal with, so you can hide from homie's teleportation. The instant transmission, no you definitely can't, cause when Hero has his eyes set on you, he's really like an Enderman. He will keep coming for you till you turn off your game, leave your world, or until you're just dead. Now see, if you're like me, you make Hero your homie and give him that wheat wine at a good price. You're blessed, you know what I'm saying?
And at 4, removed. Notch posted on Twitter about the subject of Herobrine earlier in its popularity boost. In a reply to a tweet asking if Herobrine was a real entity in the game, Notch replied saying that he was not, but that there might be soon. This confirmed that there was no Herobrine, but suggested that Notch planned to add him at a later date. Herobrine was first stated to have been removed in beta 1.6.6. This was actually just a joke referring to Notch partially removing the human mob's essential code, making it unspawnable within the game. An ulterior motive though was to troll the community, as this was around the time that Herobrine had gained memic status within the community. Ever since then, the Minecraft update changelog has included the entry of removed Herobrine at least once every update cycle as a running gag, with the only exception being Java Edition 1.1. However, as more got added in bigger updates, the removed Herobrine was really pushed down. It wasn't like removed, it was just pushed down to the bottom. And also it's like with the main update, not with like the subsequent later updates like bug fixes.
At number 3, Herobrine is a pyrokinetic. Fire, fire. What's the procedure? Stay calm. The great words of Michael Scott from The Office. Well, look no further. Stay calm because Herobrine has the abilities to control fire and the flame. Flame on, homeboy. This man can burn things with his mind. Honestly, I've been watching Riverdale and spoiler alert, Cheryl Blossom has this power and I'm just like, whoa. Now firebending, just be crazy, let alone to control it with your mind at will. Herobrine will have you running for some type of water source, and crafters, you will either be burnt to a crisp or your whole village and your precious builds will come to an end. With that quick Thanos snap by homie Brian, I mean, he don't need stones, he don't need a gauntlet to use any of his powers, heating up his surroundings. Yeah, when Hero wants things ablaze, be careful. He don't stop. He likes the sight. Sorry, he doesn't like the sight, he loves the sight of fire.
But ultimately, into number 2, Origins. He is one of the major community icons of Minecraft, yet Herobrine has not been present in any version of the game. The first story and image ever posted about Herobrine, as well as the Brocraft stream, are regarded as canonical, but things posted after these two events are just considered fan-made adaptations and variations, including him making appearances in various series and music videos relating to Minecraft, like Fallen Kingdom and Take Back the Night, both being animated music videos by a certain Captain Sparkles on the Captain Sparkles channel, and Hermitcraft Season 6, when Green, Red Dog, and Impulse SV traveled back to an alpha release of Minecraft using Green's time machine. But nonetheless, Herobrine originates in a creepypasta, and unfortunately for Jay, is not real and has never been real.
Finally at number 1, Herobrine is absolute immortal. Yeah, I had to put this on number 1. Immortality, bruh? Like, what is his weakness aside from Alex Brine? You know, the girl weakness, right? But honestly though, for real, he has none. Herobrine is honestly the best creation that grew over more and more with time and his intelligence. And the Illagers, they somewhat wanted to create this. And the proof of this? Endermen, right? Endermen were created, or some version of the great Herobrine. Like we all know they wanted to recreate Steve, but what if they were really looking to recreate Herobrine to allow them to combat war and hopefully allow them back into the village as equals? But really, Herobrine is one of one. You cannot recreate this immortal god. He don't die, no potion, no lava, not even a bullet. Well, his 360 vision, he can see it coming, so yeah, you cannot kill this man. That is why he is my homie. I'd rather not mess with him, okay? I welcome him. I give him some of that gin and juice and some of that good old Chiba and throw up that Snoop D-O-double-G. You know what I'm saying?
And at 10, Canon. Your mother, is she a Canon DSLR camera? Tonight on NBC News at 11. No. Not really. Notch posted on Twitter about the subject of Herobrine, though, early in its popularity boost. In a reply to a tweet asking if Herobrine was a real entity within the game, Notch replied saying that he was not, but that there might be soon. This confirmed that there was no Herobrine, but suggested that Notch planned to add him at a later date. Herobrine was first stated to have been removed in beta 1.6.6, but this was a joke, referring to Notch partially removing the human mob's essential code, making it unspawnable within the game. However, the introduction of the removed Herobrine tag in the update logs has in a way made Herobrine canon, since if he wasn't canon, why would he need to be removed? Even if he wasn't actually in the game, technically, I guess he was, just secretly.
Coming in at number 9, who is Herobrine? He is a legend almost as old as Minecraft itself, dating back to its alpha days. Stories of the spooky ghost miner rose to the prominence alongside Minecraft itself in the early 2010s, feeding into the game's early popularity in the gameplay videos and live stream. Your opinion on Herobrine, my homie, likely has a lot to do with how old you were in 2010. I mean, I was, 10 years from now, or 12, not look at it, I'm almost 30. But hey, if you were in your childhood gaming years, you may remember passing around the videos with your friends and believing he might be real. He is definitely real. If you were older, you might just say he was an old meme that you watched and it definitely got out of hand. But either way, the spooky legend of Herobrine refuses to be exorcised from Minecraft's lore, even more than a decade later. After talking with other players who'd spotted similar mysterious signs of their Minecraft worlds, they believe that our homie Brian to be a last of the Swedish player, the brother of Minecraft's original creator, Notch. They allegedly emailed Notch themselves asking if he had a brother, and the answer that they got is, I did, but he's no longer with us. Objection, hearsay. That's all I have to say.
In an 8 manifestation. Herobrine is one of the most popular creepypastas of all time, let alone of Minecraft creepypastas, which he is the most popular. But with that level of popularity and notoriety comes a certain level of belief, even if unfounded. Jay. The amount of people who believe that Herobrine is real is extreme. Even those who don't believe typically can be convinced otherwise in the right set of circumstances. This idea of belief can actually be so powerful that it can manifest the characters. These occurrences are also known as tulpa. A tulpa is a concept in theosophy, mythicism, and the paranormal of an object or being that is created through spiritual or mental power. It actually has been on Supernatural quite a few times, and that's why I know its name. And this could be why there are so many sightings and instances of Herobrine, because we all believed it so hard that he actually became real. Well, we all, not including me.
Coming in at number 7, the Herobrine seed. A decade later, the Minecraft at Home project has managed to uncover the seed where the original creepy picture of Herobrine was taken. You can now visit the world yourself and that very spot where he was sighted. But Herobrine will be standing there when you arrive? Maybe. Herobrine may not be a virus in reality, but a legend spread like one. He became a topic of numerous threads on Minecraft forums, receiving a mix of alleged players' sightings and comments from other posters. Herobrine's mansion was originally created and published by Hypixel in November. Recently, they collaborated with Xantis to remaster the classic adventure map for Minecraft 1.10. This remastered version adds extra polish and several new features while staying true to the original experience of the map. I mean, that was way in the get-go, 1.10, now we're at 1.18.
And at 6, real or fake? Not just the creator of Minecraft, and while problematic, whatever he was saying before retiring should and would be considered canon. Especially since, after all, in the legend, Herobrine is said to be Notch's dead brother. Here's one of the most interesting responses that Notch has given. Quote, the Herobrine stuff is awesome and kinda scary at the same time. It really shows how little control a content producer has over the content. I've publicly told people that there's never been any such thing as Herobrine and that I don't have any dead brothers, and that letting too many animals die in lava is a foolproof way to summon him, but that you don't need to be afraid of him. He only means well. He's looking out for you, trying to warn you of the dangers you can't see. There certainly are no physical manifestations of Herobrine that will sneak out of your computer if you leave Minecraft running at night, looming over you as you sleep, with his pale eyes inches away from your face as he tries to shout at you to wake up. Sometimes you wake up with a jolt and he's gone, and all that lingers is the memory and faint echo of his wordless screaming. End quote. What? While saying that he is not real, Notch did indeed indicate that the possibility was there. At least, the very least, he was indicating it, if not flat out saying it. So, is Herobrine in fact real? No, not at all. Sorry, Jay.
Coming up in number 5, midway through Herobrine's origin. Yeah, Herobrine may not be a virus in reality, but his legend spread like one. He became the topic of numerous threads on Minecraft forums, receiving a mix of alleged player sightings and comments from other posters. He was obviously fake. He started invading YouTube videos as well, with plenty of players posting footage of the alleged Herobrine sightings. Others were jump scare videos based on him. Even if the legend Herobrine himself doesn't make you feel nostalgic, listening to the young players recount their sightings annotated with red text and music likely will. Years later, you can find the newly remade Herobrine sighting videos. His story has been told in a printed book, The Legend of Herobrine. You can find him in our list of best Minecraft skins if you want to make your own appearance of the famous Spook. Now mind you, I want my own Herobrine skin, but he's going to be looking more like Enderbrine, I'll tell you.
And at 4, mobs. Minecraft is an interesting game lore-wise. Like everything we see had to come from somewhere, right? All the monsters, all the creatures, all the buildings, they had to have a beginning, but what was it? One Reddit user going by the name of Me suggests that the reason we have so many different monsters to fight but no other builders is because Herobrine changed them all into these mobs. Think about it. While some of these creatures like skeletons and zombies can be explained away thanks to them being just reanimated builders, where did creatures like creepers, endermen, giant spiders, guardians, villagers, blazes, and more come from? In this case, specifically creepers. I'm sure we have explanations for some ideas, like that the creepers could be plants, but there is official Minecraft merch that shows creepers with TNT inside their bodies. So could these simply be ancient builders who were demolitionists or miners? Yes, it's canon. Now, you're welcome.
Coming in at number 3, Herobrine mods. There is even a Herobrine mod that allows you to summon the legendary miner by crafting a totem of gold, bones, and soul sand. I love me that soul sand. Unlike early legends of Herobrine, this one is in fact dangerous. He can chase after players, summon animals, speak demonic looking phrases in chat, and other good fodder. For the Let's Play video of Terrified screaming and running is not just about old mods either. Around the 10th anniversary of Herobrine's first big splash, another modder created the Herobrine horror mod that adds creepy pyramids. Herobrine is known to build. That's my homie. He knows how to build a cursed forest biome and another creepy occurrences that prove that the dead miner is always watching you. On your shoulder, over your shoulder, he is there.
But ultimately, in at number 2, creation. We talked about Herobrine's origins, but while we have ideas as to how, we don't know why. Why was this character created? Was it Notch's brother, or was he something more? Why was this creepypasta created? Potentially an otherworldly influence that maybe guided the hand of the Brocraft stream? Was it actually real? These are all good questions, and we invite you to discuss them in the comments and discuss your own theories and ideas about the mysterious entity or figure or spirit or murderous psychopath caught in a video game as an attempt to possess eternal life known as Herobrine. Sorry, got into a different channel mode there for a second. I doubt that Herobrine is like William Afton.
This ain't FNAF.
Yeah, did I just open that door? God, did I just open that door? I think I might have. Top 10 scary villains that remind you of William Afton. I did this to myself.
Finally here at number 1, weapon of choice. The demonic voltage reaver is a giant sword with the predominantly black colors brimmed with bioluminescent purple color and silver linings. Upon usage, the sword will glow and fragment into 4 segmented blades with each segment connected by a purple ray and purple electric particles surrounding it. It's a lot of purple. I mean, I love me some grape, but I mean, damn. This is the sword's default form used by the swordman Herobrine. Upon activation, the sword glows and splits up into 4 parts, connected by a purple ray and emits purple electronic particles. The sword can extend and be used like a whip. This form is used when the swordsman Herobrine engages in combat. In this form, the sword fragments into multiple pieces and purple electric particles somewhat similar to its previous form is also used like a whip, but attacked by lashing the sword's blade onto the target or by hitting the blade's tip into the target. So pretty much this blade is just throwing bits and pieces everywhere. No matter its first form or second form, it's a crazy damn sword, alright? The sword can also extend without apparent limit and bend to extreme angles, proving it to be perfect offensively in close range combat or range combat conditions and defensively. You can't stop Herobrine's weapons, bro. You really can't.